And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Hello, I'm Mark Haye. I get the opportunity to fill in for Brandon again, as him and his wife, I shouldn't say he did, but wife and himself had a new baby boy this morning, 7 pounds, 9 inches, big baby there, and healthy and happy, and so very happy for that family. But I'm extremely excited to be here, get a chance to host again. We got a great lineup, and we got some properties we're going to be listing, and I get to do a short segment myself, and I'm going to kind of piggyback our last time we talked. But so I want to get right to some properties here that Brandon wanted to make sure that we kind of listed and talked about today. And the first one's going to be here in Palm Harbor. If anybody doesn't know, Palm Harbor is a very good community with really good schools there. So if you got a young family and you're looking to move down to the Tampa Bay area, Palm Harbor is an excellent spot. But this one is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a 2-car garage. It has a pool and a beautiful home. And it looks like it's even close to the water, even on the water. Is that right, David?
Yeah, it's right on the water, right. So it's right next to Tarpon Turtle. So you can take your boat, your float, what do you have over there, directly to the Tarpon Turtle.
Yeah, so you got water access. I mean, if anybody knows Lake Tarpon, it's a beautiful lake. And Brandon hosts a lot of parties there, too, for people and at his home there. So very cool home there. And 3.5 with a 2-car garage there in Palm Harbor. The next one's out here in Lakeland. That's going to be 45 minutes here from Tampa, maybe less. And this is a two-bedroom, 3-car garage. Beautiful pool home again. This one's on the water as well, too, right, David?
Yep, right on
the water
pool
again.
In the back also.
Yeah, so if you're looking to get some waterfront property or have access to a water, a boat, etc., these are really good opportunities to jump on these. But if you are interested in these properties as we go through the show today, just make sure to please reach out to the show or even Brandon Rhymes, and they'll be happy to assist you. So
we got everything on their website there, the Platinum MVP website, the platinummvp.com.
Thank you, sir. Got David here helping me, so without David, I guess I'd be a little bit lost, so I appreciate that.
We're good. You got the rest.
Awesome. All right, so last time I was here, I actually talked about a storage vehicle for cash and where do people put cash. And if you know me as an advisor, I'm not a big fan of 401k IRAs. I think that they're a tool that we can use, but I do think that as an investor or as people, I think we get used by them. And I say that because there's a lot of rules. So, for example, if you go into a 401k and IRA, your partnership with the government, if you like it or not, that's your partner. And they determine some certain rules, like when you can spend it, the penalties you're going to pay, the taxes you're going to pay. And it's not a liquid asset for you to use. So I like to store cash instead of the bank. Certainly have an emergency fund. Some people like a month, some people like 6 months, but have an emergency fund. And the rest I put into cash value. And the reasons I told you before was because it's protected from creditors, avoids probate, it's liquid, tax-free earnings, much like a Roth. And then when you spend that money, you get non-direct recognition. So when you pull the money out, you still earn compounding interest if the money was in it. And then I utilize that into other things, and whether it's real estate, whether it's loans to mortgages for family, friends, etc. And one thing I wanted to talk about was the bonus depreciation and leveraging that into real estate. And the reason I say bonus depreciation is because Trump's new beautiful tax bill that came out, one of the things that is highlighted is a bonus depreciation. If people don't know what that means, all that means is if you go buy an automobile for your business or you buy a rental piece of property, and we'll use real estate obviously because it's a real estate show, you can certainly take that entire amount off of your income in year one. Right now it was phasing out. It was 60%, 40, 20, and 0. Moving forward, now it's 100% for the next 4 years. So if you're a high income earner or you're thinking about I want to start a business, this is a good opportunity to do that, and I'll explain it here now. So let's just use real estate, and I'll just use simple numbers. If you said, I want to go out and I want to purchase a rental property, and I'm just going to use $100,000. I want to go purchase a rental property, and this property costs $100,000. Whether you finance it, whether you want to pay for it in cash, it doesn't matter. You can still participate in the bonus depreciation. Now, you cannot bonus depreciate land, but I'm still just going to use $100,000 for simple math. if you go out and buy this property and it's worth $100,000 and we bonus depreciate that in year one, that means you can buy that property and take $100,000 off of your income this year for 2025. So if you and your wife go off and make $150,000 a year, W-2 income, and you say, you know what, we don't want to pay $50,000 in taxes this year, and you go and buy a piece of real estate, now all of a sudden you made $50,000 this year because that $100,000 is a bonus depreciation. And again, I'm not factoring out land. I'm not a CPA. I'm just kind of talking to you about how you could take advantage of these tax codes. And I do think knowing the tax code in anybody's portfolio or having an advisor that is proficient with the tax code only helps you moving forward. So that being said, it reduces your taxable liability in year one. So we're going to pay $50,000 to the IRS in taxes, or we're going to go buy this piece of property and make it into a short-term rental, whether it's an Airbnb, whether we long-term rent it. And when we do that, we set up an LLC. The property goes in the LLC, and you are now officially a business owner. And when you do that, not only do you get to bonus depreciate, but you also get to take advantage of the tax code by writing off things. So instead of having expenses and paying taxes, you now have deductions and pay taxes. So cell phone, home office, auto, travel, going out to eat, client appreciation night, gifts to clients, whatever it may be, and obviously work with your CPA and whoever it is you work with. But now you participate in the tax code because you're a business owner. So it's a really good opportunity to take advantage of this new big, beautiful tax bill. And going back to cash value, if you store your money in cash value and you say, you know what, I'm going to take that $100,000 out of the cash value and I'm going to go purchase that property and I'm going to long-term rent this. So you go out and purchase that property, you take $100,000 off of your income as a bonus depreciation. Now you can set up that renter on an auto deduct for the rent every month. Let's say it's the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, and the rent is $1,000 a month. Again, I'm just using numbers. You can auto deduct that back into your cash value, and then instead of them writing you a check and everything else, just like a bank, they would be auto deducting the mortgage payment back to you, and it's kind of a seamless transition, and you can just start collecting the rent going back into your cash value and certainly do it all over again.
So let me ask you this, Mark. So you're saying in cash value, you're talking about an IUL, we're talking about insurance?
Yep, that's one product. You can do IUL. There's custom whole life, there's whole life, there's universal life. But there's different types of cash value life insurance policies. I do like custom whole life. I do like index universal life. They offer guarantees. In index universal life, you can go off and maybe make 20% in 1 year because it does follow the index. But some years you may make 1%. It just depends on what the market does. Where it comes to whole life, it's kind of like a turtle. I'd say, you can go off. You're just going to make your 4 or 5%. It's going to be steady. It's going to go. Now I have both. I have both IUL and whole life because I think it serves two different purposes and I think it does two different things. But the point is you can still utilize that cash value, pull it out, earn non-direct recognition, which means I earned the same interest and the money was in it, even though I pull it out. So I'm basically splitting $1. Now that $100,000 goes into the property, I bonus depreciate it off my income, pay less in taxes. Then I have the renters auto deduct their mortgage payments right back into my cash value, and then it seems to be very seamless. Now, if you put property inside of an IRA, we cannot participate in a bonus depreciation. I know we talk about that a lot, so we're not going to be talking about putting money or houses in IRAs today because I want to talk about this tax bill that we can take advantage of. Now, let's utilize the bonus depreciation in a different aspect of your business. We need a vehicle. Or you're a W-2 employee, and you're like, we really would like to be a business owner and participate in the tax law. Okay, great. Why don't we go buy a car and turn around and rent it? Okay, so I know there's different platforms, just like an Airbnb, where you can rent your vehicle. Turo's one of them you can certainly use. But let's just use something exotic. We want to go buy a Lamborghini, okay? And Lamborghini is going to cost $250,000, all right? Or $100,000. You get a great deal. It really doesn't matter. Typically, when you buy a vehicle for your business, you depreciate that over a 5-year period. So if you said, okay, I'm going to buy this for $100,000, you can depreciate $20,000 a year, which means $20,000 would come off of your income every year for 5 years. If you went off and I said I want to buy a $250,000 vehicle, 5 years, that's $50,000 a year you could take off your income. But because of bonus depreciation, you can take the whole amount off in year one. So if you bought a $100,000 vehicle for your work, or I want to start a rental business with this car, or $250,000, you could take it all off in year one.
Even if your adjusted income was like less than $250,000.
That is correct. So then you would be carrying a loss moving forward. So if you had a loss of negative $50,000 at the end of 2025 tax year, you carry negative $50,000 into 2026, and that's when you decide if you want to take the bonus depreciation or not. You don't have to take it. So if you're buying a rental property like we just talked about in example one, and then you're turning around and buying a car because we want to start this business, or I need it for my, for my existing business, maybe we don't bonus depreciate the vehicle. Maybe we do it over a 5-year period and we bonus depreciate the home. Or maybe we could do the depreciation in a normal 27.8 years on the home, and then we bonus depreciate the vehicle. So you don't have to take advantage of it, but it's there, and that's how we can decide, okay, if you have to pay this much in taxes, or if you want to start this business, now we know it's here, let's utilize it. And so going back to our example, if you said, I want to buy a Lamborghini for $250,000, we could take $250,000 off of our income this year, or we could depreciate over 5 years. You put that in service, meaning I'm going to put it on Turo and I'm going to rent this. There's exotic car websites people can do. I have one client that does this, and they generate about $15,000 to $20,000 a month of revenue with this vehicle, and they get to own the Lambo. Get to run around, talking about owning a Lambo. But anyways, this is a business, so they could put in an LLC. The LLC owns the car. They run it on Turo. They rent it out for whatever events, and they get to utilize it as a business, just like a rental piece of property or something like that. But the good news is you can bonus depreciate this stuff, and it just allows you to offset taxes. So if you're a W-2 earner or a business owner and you're paying, $50,000, $100,000, $25,000, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're paying to the IRS, you just got to think to yourself, wait a second, if I could not pay that $25,000 and go utilize and buy an asset to grow my portfolio, to grow my business, why wouldn't we do this? This is something that we want to certainly take advantage of. And so instead of putting money into an IRA or a 401k and waiting 30 years and crossing our fingers that it all hopes and works out, why don't we utilize tools that we have? Why don't we put money in cash value? Why don't we pull money out of the cash value and utilize it to buy assets that produce us income today, not income 30 years from now, so that we can increase our lifestyles for our family and friends, etc., and stay liquid. We don't want to lock money up into things that, got to wait till 59 and a half to spend it. Oh, you have to spend it at age 73. Oh, there's a penalty over here. We're going to tell you what taxes you're going to pay down the road. So it's just an opportunity if people work with an advisor like myself or anybody that's fluent with the tax code. This is just one aspect that you can use that could legally eliminate a tax bill and build a portfolio that would work for you today while you're trying to save for tomorrow. But we want income. We want different revenues of income today, whether it's from renting a car out, whether it's from rental property, short-term rental, long-term rental. We want to store cash in a place that's safer than a bank, that produces more interest than a savings or a checking account. We want access to that money. We want it tax-free. We want to provide a death benefit, long-term care, disability. We want to do all these things, and how do we do it? And that's exactly how you would do it. Store the money in cash value, pick up all the benefits, take that money out, and go purchase things that can take advantage of the tax code, and then we kind of go from there. Now, we got to sit around and take a break here for a minute, but when we come back, I'll kind of finish what we're talking about. But Brandon Rhymes and his wife, Lindsay, had a beautiful baby today, and so I'm subbing in. I'm Mark Haye, and I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleanings, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our No Money Down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes@kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes@kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20-plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rhymes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hello, I'm Mark Haye here again for Brandon Rhymes, who him and his wife are having their baby this morning, a healthy baby. And I'm going to read off a few more properties for him, and then I'll close up kind of what I was talking about, and then we'll bring our first guest in here. But this next property is on Indian Rocks Beach. It's 123 14th Avenue North, Indian Rocks Beach. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, one carport. It's golf cart friendly, pet welcoming area, which I don't know if anybody's been around a condo or a townhouse that has no dog park. Man, what a pain. So having that really helps. And this is very, very close to the beach. I'm actually looking at a photo right now. It looks like it's literally a block and a half away from the beach, so you can walk down to the beach. It's a bungalow. Nice looking home. And the next one here is Bellevue. That's 10431 Southeast, 127th Lane, Bellevue, Florida. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And there's no lease restriction on this, so we were just talking about short-term rentals and Airbnb, so you can certainly do anything you want with this, no HOA. And so this is a good opportunity to own a home, and if you were looking for investment property or do something like that, you certainly can do that. But that's in Bellevue, and again, that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,600 square feet. And going back to what we were just talking about, I was just talking about storing cash inside Cash Value, taking advantage of some of this opportunities that President Trump has put on that's now in effect. It passed over the 4th of July, so it's in effect. And talking about the bonus depreciation, talking about either buying real estate or owning a vehicle for your business, or maybe starting a rental vehicle business. And we had a question that came up here while we were on break, and asked if I had $100,000, what should I do with it? You know, and certainly everybody is different. And questions you would ask is, well, what do you want to do with it? Do you want it for long term? Do you need it today? Are you trying to build wealth and income now? Do you want wealth and income later? Or are you trying to leave it to somebody? And typically people always want to say, well, I like to make it work for me so I can, do something today. So we want to keep it liquid. Okay, great. Now, not everybody's a business owner. And I'm not saying here everybody should go off and be a business owner. I highly encourage it, meaning not think to yourself, oh, I got to go off and be Amazon or I got to be Apple. No, just owning a rental car or a rental property is a business owner. Even doing something on Amazon and selling products, people do that as well. That's a business owner. But not everybody's a business owner. And if you're not somebody that's inclined to go do that, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And so then we would probably put something away for later. Maybe split it in half and put something, so $50,000 is going to be later for retirement, $50,000 going to be for today. Here's how we utilize it. But I always try to encourage people, I know it's scary to go off and do things you don't understand, meaning we all are indoctrinated with go buy a home and put money into a 401k, go to college and take out student debt. That to us as Americans, that's easy for us because we're just indoctrinated with that. But when someone comes out and say, you really should own a business, you should start an LLC, you should invest in real estate, you should buy a car and rent that on Turo, it's different. And so it becomes difficult, or we shut down as humans, and sometimes it's hard to overcome that. Right. And we can utilize IRA, we can utilize 401k monies to purchase real estate, businesses, etc. So if you're sitting on an old IRA or an old 401k that you're not utilizing, you're not contributing it to, you don't even know what funds are in it, because a lot of people don't even know what funds are invested in. They'll say to me, I have an IRA. I say, what's it invested in? It's an IRA. Okay, what's in the IRA? I don't know, maybe mutual fund or bonds. If you have something like that, we can transfer that to a self-directed IRA and go purchase a piece of real estate or purchase a business or start a business with that. And that money that you have sitting there can be utilized for things that we just talked about. And so you don't have to think, I have no money in the bank, but I do have this old IRA that I wouldn't mind doing and putting an old, maybe 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo in there that I could rent as an Airbnb. And certainly that's an opportunity that you could certainly use for money that's just sitting. Now, I have a self-directed IRA. I also have a traditional. I like the self-directed. I like having real estate inside my IRA because to me it's fun. I can control it. I can understand if I need to make more money. I go in there, paint it, put different light bulbs in there, change the fixtures, whatever, and I can maybe get more rent, or if I'm trying to sell it, I can control it. I can see it, I can touch it, and I can utilize it. I have family or friends that will come down and rent it, and so I enjoy it. Now, do I have some stock market? Yeah, I do have some stock market, and I think that having stock market in a portfolio, again, using them, don't be used by Wall Street. I don't think Wall Street is necessarily the end-all, be-all to invest money into. But I do like big companies like Apple and Microsoft, Amazon, obviously we talked about, Tesla. I do think that if you follow what President Trump is doing, there is a lot of money to be made. So, for example, in this big, beautiful bill, he's going to be putting a ton of money into defense. Okay, so let's start Googling what's out there for defense. What companies have contracts with the government that are now going to be getting billions of dollars? There's one that I was reading the other day that all they do is make software or chips for iPhones, military radar, and stuff. That company is going to get billions of dollars from the government. Well, guess what could happen to that stock? Now, I'm not out here pitching stocks. I'm just telling you that if you follow and read some of this stuff that's coming out and follow the money, where's the government putting money into? What sectors? Oh, we're going to go into defense. Okay, we're going to go into technology. AI. Obviously, everybody knows AI is exploding. And again, the government is investing in that. What got shut down? Solar, EV cars. There's no more credits for EV cars. That got eliminated in the tax bill. I don't know. Maybe we don't invest in that. Maybe we see a change in that whole EV car situation, and maybe that's why Elon Musk got so angry, is because he shut that down. Again, I'm not promoting buying or selling these stocks. I'm just telling you in the audience that if you just listen and follow and see where the money is going, it could be an opportunity to invest a little bit of money into some of these funds that, hey, this could take off. This AI situation or this defense could take off. And so it's just an opportunity. And so instead of guessing in Wall Street, you can kind of give yourself somewhat of a chance and maybe make money, knowing where the money is going to be going and who's going to be investing it, etc. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of quickly just talk about bonus depreciation and how that could work for your business, starting a business, improving your business, offset some taxes, and then when you do save the $25,000 or $50,000 a year in taxes, where do you put it? Put it back in your cash value, because you're going to take money that you would have gave the IRS, will put into a tax-free account, and then it's still liquid to you. So I'm Mark Haye. I'm filling in for Brandon Rhymes, the 21st Century, and my phone number is 727-804-7220. Happy to talk or discuss anything that you guys would like to discuss. And texting me is very easy as well if you want to text me. But 727-804-7220. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Hey, and I'm Mark Haye, filling again for Brandon Rhymes. Him and his wife had a healthy baby boy this morning, Braxton, and wanted to get to a couple of more properties, and then we're going to be talking to JD and Thomas about their company. And so let's get to the properties here first. This first one here is in Brandon. This is a townhome in Brandon, a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 1-car garage. The address is 2547 Lexington Oak Drive, Brandon, Florida, 33511. Again, this is a townhome. It does have an HOA, but it does cover water, sewage, trash, lawn care, exterior building maintenance, roof keep-up, etc. It's a beautiful pool for the community. This is a nice-looking property here in Brandon. It's just under 2,000 square feet, and so if you're looking to have something that's a turnkey and not a whole lot of maintenance, this is an excellent opportunity. Typically, townhomes have a small HOA, not like these condos that are giving everybody nightmares right now, but typically townhomes have a small HOA. And the next one here is in Groveland. This is 4798 Indigo Road, Groveland, Florida, 34736. Anybody know where Groveland is? Okay, Groveland it is. So Groveland is it's just land. This is 42 acres, and it looks like it's 2 parcels, 28 acres and 14 acres. So you could actually put 2 homes on here. There is a home on there right now, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it looks like we're 35 minutes from downtown Orlando. To answer everybody's question, we got the mystery solved. About 35 minutes from downtown Orlando out there in Groveland, and that'd be about an hour and a half from here, I would assume. But good opportunity to buy a lot of land. It has a property on it, and it could be 2 parcels, and so maybe have a farm or something. So good opportunity. And today we have from Friendly Pest Solutions. We got JD and Thomas. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us.
Thank you. Now JD is the owner, CEO. Thomas, you do the social media marketing, and you've been growing this business since 2018, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, we actually started the business. 2016 is when we registered the name. We really didn't get started until about 2018. Luckily for me, my brother was kind of going into a transition with his job and decided to come on board. So he filled in the technician side of things while I kind of worked on standard operating procedures and kind of laying the groundwork. And we took off from there.
So it's a family-owned business here in Tampa Bay.
That's correct.
And it's called Friendly Pest Solutions.
Yep. So we named the company Friendly Pest Solutions because we wanted the community to know that we're friendly to the environment. We use friendly products for not just the people that we serve, but also our team members.
Wow,
so
that's
kind of where the name originated from.
Well, that's really blown up in the last couple of years. So you guys got started just in time for COVID.
Correct. Correct.
You guys actually probably saw an uptick in business with COVID.
You're absolutely right.
Everybody's at home staring and going, "Hey, what's that bug over there?"
That's correct. Yep. It was a blessing in disguise. Everybody was freaking out. Luckily for us, we were considered what was the name that they called it? Essential business. Correct. And so we didn't stop. We actually grew pretty rapidly after when COVID hit.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. So that's something to know if anybody wants to start a business, right? you guys are safe there. Now, tell me about your business like in the summertime. It changes from summer, winter. I mean, what do you guys see? I mean,
yeah, great question. Typically during summer, we just have an uptick on all types of bugs, ants, roaches, spiders. So there's more insect activity for spiders to consume. Not only that, but we also have wood-destroying organisms that just blow up during the summer. You got your subterranean termites that start their swarm season right around January, February, and a little bit into March. And then what we're dealing with now are the drywood termites. Typically May, June, July, and into August is our heavy swarm season for drywood termites.
Is that where you got to put the big old tent on the house or building and do all that?
That's correct.
But you can come in and just spray it too if it's not too bad, right?
Yes. So we offer different types of treatment options just depending on the situation, and that's why we always offer our free, no obligation inspection before we, give you an estimate over the phone. We want to make sure that we're giving you the right price and the right options for your particular situation when you call us. So definitely encourage homeowners to take advantage of the free inspections because they're very important. Every situation is different.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have like something like a subscription where every month you guys come out and just spray or check, or is it only like, hey, we got a problem, come fix this?
Yeah, we offer reoccurring services, typically with our pest control service for like your general household pests like ants, roaches, spiders, your general pests that we get during the spring and summer months. We offer reoccurring services. Typically, it's our quarterly service, so we come out and do an initial treatment. Again, all of our products, we can't really say the word safe, but kid-friendly, pet-friendly.
So if Cousin Eddie goes and drinks it, he's going to be all right?
He's going to be all right.
Not back in the day when we were kids. It was basically like bleach everywhere. Just pour bleach on that thing, and you'll kill them all.
Or gas.
Yeah, it was terrible.
On fire.
Yeah, you got good gas. I don't know if you guys like Seinfeld, but I don't remember Seinfeld when walking in and Kramer was in there with all the gas. But no, so you guys ever have a situation where you have these big giant spiders? Or you see the people that live on the water and they have these big giant water spiders. You ever see a situation like that? I've seen them like 1 or 2 times and it freaks me out. And I'm like, no way, man. I could not do what you guys do.
That's what keeps us in business. We hear it all the time. Just phobias with those types of bugs, spiders, huge, big roaches that fly towards people.
Yeah, the palmetto bugs.
Palmetto bugs is what people call them. We deal with that all the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's awesome. Now, is your brother part of the business, like ownership? Are you sole owner, or is it family owned? Is it?
It's sole ownership, but family's family. I'm sure we're going to take care of him.
Yeah.
Because he took the plunge. I mean, he took the risk with me. So it's something that's definitely we're going to consider when the time comes.
So whenever you guys go off to Italy, that's part of your company retreat, and you can write that whole thing off.
That's it.
No, I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back here with JD and Thomas and continue to talk about Friendly Pest Solutions. I'm Mark Haye, filling in for Brandon Rhymes. And Brandon Rhymes and his wife had a baby boy this morning, so congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations to Brandon.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Blue Moon Estate Sales of Pinellas County for all of your estate sale needs. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Reach out to Jennifer. Tell her you heard about her here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. And stop by their store, the Blue Moon Store, at 1479 South Belcher in Largo. 1479 South Belcher in Largo. And that's BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, and I'm Mark Haye again, filling in for Brandon Rhymes today, whom his wife just had a healthy baby boy, Braxton. So welcome to the world. Crazy world we live in, I guess. And a couple more properties. We'll get back to JD and Thomas here, at Friendly Pest Solutions. And the first one here we're going to talk about is in Punta Gorda. It's 1161 Rio de Janeiro Avenue in Punta Gorda, 33983. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, just under 2,600 square feet. And it's got a pool. It's a pool home. And looks like no HOA. But this is a nice big home for sale. Nice lot, a quarter of an acre. And so if you're looking to have a nice home, a pool home, and start a family, this is a good opportunity to do that down in Punta Gorda. And the next one here in Port Richey, this looks like it's just a lot, which actually has a canal that goes right out to the bay. So if you have a boat or a small boat, or you want access, or you just like to be on the water, it's a good opportunity to buy some land here in Port Richey. It's 5274 Miller Bayou Drive, Port Richey, Florida, 34668. And again, about a quarter-acre lot. And it's got a canal that goes right out to the bay. So good opportunity here north of us, and about less than 10 minutes from downtown Newport Richey, which I don't spend a whole lot of time in downtown Newport Richey, but I'm sure it's nice. You know, I don't know if you know, like Dunedin, a very small downtown, but a lot of fun, very, very pretty. And so I don't know, maybe it's kind of the same, but I don't spend too much time in Port Richey, but a good opportunity to buy some land there. And then back to Friendly Pest Control here with JD and Thomas. And we were going to quickly just kind of talk about what kind of specials or discounts you're running today. And maybe give us a horror story, you know, about something you walked into. But any kind of special discounts we should know about this summer, and why people should call in and maybe take advantage of it? Or
Yeah, of course. So we do offer military and first responder discounts. We love to take care of the community and help them out as much as we can. We also do have a mosquito discount going on right now. Mosquitoes are horrible in Florida. I'm sure everyone knows they can't enjoy their outside without bathing in bug spray before they go out to their patio. So just give us a call and we'll come out for a free consultation and get you set up.
Yep, and it's no obligation, right? No obligation.
Correct.
If anybody has questions, say, hey, I think I have a problem here, and they come out and say, no, you just spray some of this stuff from CVS, you'd be all right. It doesn't cost anything, right?
Yeah,
but typically you're going to find that there's a problem.
Correct,
if they're calling you.
And we don't lock you into any contracts or anything. It's all agreements. So we don't want to be those companies that kind of lock you in and then over promise and under deliver. So
no, that's awesome. So military, first responders, and thank you to all the military first. How about teachers? Can we get some teachers love?
Absolutely.
Maybe we could talk about this and spitball this a little bit.
Absolutely. You know, policy is a policy, but you know we're a small family-owned business, and we take care of our community. So
absolutely,
you know, we have teachers that, hey, do you have a discount for? Absolutely,
awesome.
We'll pass along the discount to teachers as
well. All right, you heard it here first. Military, first responders, and teachers.
Absolutely,
get a discount. So call them up.
Teachers for sure.
You got it. Friendly Pest Solutions. Now, I'm sure we all have some pretty disgusting stories about bugs, but I would love to hear one from you guys. I think JD, I think you've been in the business 25 plus years.
Correct.
So I'm sure you've seen a lot in your life. Now things were a lot different 20 years ago when it comes. You know, when I grew up, we didn't even have AC, and so bugs were really bad. We opened the windows all the time, and there was no screens in some of the windows back then. Yeah, so we had some stories, but go ahead. I'd like to hear something from you. I want to hear a horror story from you.
Well, one that comes to mind is about a year and a half ago, we got a customer that called and wanted a free inspection. So one of the things we asked is, you know, what type of problems are you seeing? And you know, their response was 1 or 2 bugs here and there. Well, you know, we get to the property and you know, the walls are just moving with roach activity everywhere. You know, you pull off a picture frame from the wall, and you could see the silhouette of the picture frame still behind that wall art, and roaches running everywhere. They had called, you know, several companies. They've tried many, you know, like 3 or 4 different. They've gone to like 3 or 4 different companies. Finally, gave us a call. We took care of the issue in 4 visits is what it took.
Wow.
But, you know, it's going through the due process and doing the right things, following the right steps. We use a process called integrated pest management. And what that is not only using chemicals to solve problems, but also mechanical things like vacuuming, sanitary, talking to the customer so they can kind of help out with situations in regards to cleanliness and that kind of thing. And so putting together a program like that not only relies on chemicals to take care of problems, we get the help from customers to help us get to a stage where we get these problems resolved much quicker.
Yeah. No, I've been to a home one time. I have a little quick horror story. I had one time, and I sat at the kitchen table, and I noticed behind me and on the walls in front of me in the kitchen there were like little black dots, right? And I didn't quite understand. There's a white wall. I didn't really understand it. But in the kitchen, there's just little black dots, and I'm just sitting there talking to them and thinking, man, that's really weird. Not really sure why you put these black dots just randomly on the wall. And the husband, it was a husband and wife at the time, and the husband was sitting there, and I'm looking at him. It's like I'm looking at you, and behind him, a cockroach was running across the wall, right? And all of a sudden, while he's talking, didn't even stop, didn't stutter, nothing. He just smacked his hand behind that wall, smushed that cockroach, and a new black spot was created. And I thought to myself, how long have you been doing this? Like, how do you have this many black spots everywhere? Just call somebody. Like, for example, like in your business, what is the cost? Like, what's the cost to come out there and say, we're going to treat this infestation, like something like that?
Yeah, typically we price it by man hours. So we kind of look at the infestation and see how long it's going to take, a technician to solve the problem. So we basically base it on man hours and how long it's going to take.
Yeah. Now, if you want to do like a subscription, say, look, every quarter I need you to come out and just spray the house.
Yeah, a typical house is going to run about $120, $130 a quarter.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
And yeah.
And that you come out and spray the inside, outside, whatever needs to be done, and then maintenance and.
Yeah, typically our quarterly service on the initial, we'll do the interior and exterior, and then every quarter after that, it just becomes a maintenance because the products we apply on the inside, our application methods are inside the walls. We pull off outlets and put products in the walls, and so with that process, the products last much longer, and they're out of the way places in the areas where the pests are harboring. And so by following that method, solve the problem a lot faster. The products last a lot longer, and we're not exposing our customers to pesticides.
Are you crawling up in the attics and everything too?
We do.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Actually, a horror story from this was probably about 5 years ago. Get up underneath a house, and I'm doing a termite inspection in a crawl space home, and I'm focusing mainly on the subflooring, right? So I've got my flashlight, and I'm looking at the subflooring, seeing if I see any termite damage. And I come to the corner of a house, and all of a sudden I hear a big like a noise, it startled me. So I pointed my flashlight towards that corner, and there was a raccoon with babies in it, and I mean she was on her twos.
Oh, she was going to attack you, yeah. That's funny. I had something happen to me where I had a friend call me up and say, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like something's in my attic, and I'm like, I'll go up there, dude. Whatever. And thinking it's going to be a bug. As soon as I open that door, that get it attic, just a rat fell out of me. I said, you don't have a bug. It's a rat problem. It's a rat problem. Like, look at it, he's running through the house. We're trying to catch this thing. So it's crazy how fast it can get out of hand.
Absolutely.
So like you said, $120 a quarter. Okay. And you get a teacher military discount. We just decided teachers get a discount, everybody.
Absolutely.
So now you get a discount on that just to have that sense. And so if you have a significant other, like a wife, I'm telling you, $120 a quarter is going to make everybody happy and avoid all that. Exactly. Now, how does everybody reach you?
They can give us a call at the office. 813-810-8464 is our office number. Our website is friendlypestsolutions.com. We have a lot of good information there. We have financing available too for some of these other jobs that maybe require a little bit more pricing, like fumigation, tent fumigation, or
Well, how much would a tent or a fumigation even cost? I don't even know what the ballpark would be.
It goes by cubic measurement, so we actually go out and measure first. Most people think, I'll give you the square footage and you can calculate price, but with fumigation, it goes by volume, and so it's a different type of measurement. We actually go out there typically An average size home, you're looking at probably $2,500 to $3,000 for like an average size home.
And then you guys will provide financing for that too?
We do. Yep.
Okay. So you guys are backing that, and then you just write like an interest and 0% for 6 months, and
something.
For teachers get 12 months, first responders, yeah. No, that's awesome. So that's good to know. I wish, that's excellent. So you provide financing for big ticket pricing.
Yep.
You have subscriptions. You guys kind of do everything. Family-owned business here in Tampa Bay. And so if anybody's looking out there to say, look, you know what, I've been wanting to do this. This is an opportunity to do it.
We're family-owned. We're local. We know the bugs here in our area. We take care of our customers. Just look at our reviews, and you'll see that we stand by our work. We're that type of company, and that's the reason that our name kind of says it all. That's our slogan. We're just a friendly type of company, and the culture that we built is just the same. Just friendly people.
And then you're Hillsborough, Pasco, and Pinellas.
And Hernando, we're doing Hernando as well, right? Yeah, Hernando County as well.
Hernando. Don't go down to Sarasota.
Not yet.
Well, okay.
Not yet.
Why not?
We're getting there. Well,
there's a lot of business down there if you can get some trucks down there.
And we're working in that direction.
Yeah, like Riverview and Brandon and Bradenton. Holy moly, Parish. Blowing up.
Absolutely.
This is a good opportunity, for you to get down there.
Absolutely.
But again, tell them how to get a hold of you one more time, and then I'll let you guys go.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Yep, so you can give us a phone call at 813-810-8464 or visit our website, friendlypestsolutions.com.
friendlypestsolutions.com. Thank you, JD and Thomas, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate that. All right, thank you. Thank you. I'm Mark Haye. Again, I'm filling in for Brandon Rhymes, who him and his wife have welcomed a new baby boy to their family. And this is the Brandon Rhymes Consumer QB Radio. We'll be back shortly.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.